Welcome to Squarespace 7.1. My name is Sarah, and I'm the web designer behind the Styled Square website templates. For this tutorial, I am playing around with the Je t'aime always template, which can be purchased at thestyledsquare.com. From your Squarespace dashboard, click on your new site to start editing. Here, on the side panel, we have the Home menu. The Home menu provides access to all admin areas of your site. Everything you need to build or manage your site can be found in this panel. In this series, we will focus on the three most important panels: Pages, Design, and Settings. In Pages, you can add, remove, or reorder pages. To add a page, click the plus button. Here, there are a few options to choose from. For a regular page, you can choose a blank page to create your own layout, or use a layout template created by Squarespace. If you'd like to add a blog, store, portfolio, or events page, you can find them under Collections. To create a drop-down menu item in your navigation, select Folder and add the pages you'd like included in the folder. To create a page which is hidden from the website navigation, simply drag the page under Not Linked. To edit the page settings, hover over the page and click the cogwheel on the right. Here there are important settings like page title, slug, SEO, etc. P.S. A page slug is the name of the page that shows up in the browser bar. Take a look here. The Design menu is your hub for, well, you guessed it, design. Here you can control your fonts, colors, animations, spacings, buttons, etc. Let's get started with fonts. This can be confusing to begin with, however, it's not as complicated as it looks. In 7.1, Squarespace has set up pre-made font pairings. These are suggestions for fonts that complement each other, which is great if you're not a designer and don't know where to start. So you can play around with these suggestions, or you can customize your fonts. If you want to customize your fonts, simply click on the cogwheel. This will bring you to another menu where you can choose specific fonts for your headings, paragraphs, buttons, and meta. For example's sake, I'm going to open up Headings. To choose a font, go to Family and choose the font of choice. You can also play around with line height, letter transform, and text transform. You'll notice that the typography size options are not in PX, but rather in REM. What does that mean? It means that if you set your extra large heading to 3 REM, it will be 3 times the size of your paragraph text. So instead of setting your heading to 80px, for example, you are working with relative font sizes. Let's go back to the Fonts menu for a second. If you are looking to change the font and can't find the element, there's a good chance it's under Advanced. Here you can update the fonts for the navigation, newsletter, buttons, etc. Similar to the Fonts panel, the Color panel looks limiting at first glance. However, once you get a good sense of how it works, you'll see that it's actually less time-consuming than previously in Squarespace 7.0. You can change the color on just about everything beyond these 3 colors. To set your color palette, click on the circle you'd like to change. Think of this as your quick pick option. Click on the Custom Colors dropdown. Here you can pick from our pre-made color palettes or add a custom color using hex codes. If you want to pull colors from an image, you can upload an image and pick your color of choice. Once you set your color palette, you will see that your color themes update under Section Themes. These color themes are used on your page sections to update all on-page elements to specific colors. If we take a look at our website, we can see that every section is assigned a section theme. If you're feeling overwhelmed, don't worry. You'll have a better understanding of what I'm talking about once we start editing the pages. Under Section Themes, you can update all the colors for that specific section. Click the pen icon on the right and you'll see all the different color options: background, text, buttons, etc. To change a specific color, click on the circle and choose from your color palette or add a custom color. The other options under Design are quite self-explanatory. Animations animate the site elements as they appear on the page. Spacing controls your website page width. Buttons control the button style, shape, and padding. To add a fave icon to your site, upload it in the browser icon. You can also customize your lock screen, checkout page, 404 page, and more. The last option is Custom CSS. Here you can add code snippets to customize your site, if you're into that sort of thing. You'll notice that our templates include some coding. This is how we create truly unique templates. I would recommend leaving these codes alone unless we've specified changes in the directions which come with your template. Let's move on to settings. To make sure this video doesn't drag on, I'm going to focus on the key settings you will need to build and launch your site. Site availability is where you control who your site is available to. You can set it as public, password protected, or private. Business information allows you to add your contact info and business hours. This is great for SEO. In social links, add your social media accounts. When someone clicks on the Instagram or Facebook icon, it will direct them to your page. Connected accounts connects social accounts to your website and allows to pull data. For example, updating the Instagram feed that lives on your site. Permissions allow you to invite contributors to work on your site. Domains allows you to buy a domain directly off Squarespace. And finally, billing an account allows you to upgrade your subscription plan when you're ready to go live. All right, now that we understand the backend of Squarespace 7.1, let's move on to the website builder. To edit your page, click Edit here. First off, you can edit your site header. You can play around with the header layout. Upload your logo here. To play around with the elements in the navigation, click on Elements. Here you can decide to show or hide elements in your nav. Under Colors, you can choose to have a transparent navigation or a brand color. Style controls navigation padding, element, and link spacing. Here you can also choose to make your navigation fixed to the screen. meaning it will move down the page as you scroll. As you can see, this page is already designed. For example's sake, I will create a new section below the homepage header and walk you through how it works. To create a new section, scroll to the bottom of the section and click on the blue plus icon. Here, you will see pre-made section templates created by Squarespace. You can choose a section template or add a blank section. I will add a blank section. When you add a blank section, it will always have a single text block in it. To add content to this section, click the gray icon on the corner of the text element. This will prompt you to add an element. Let's add an image. Click the image and drag it where you'd like to place it. You'll notice a horizontal or vertical gray line depending where you are placing the content. Once the image is uploaded, I'm going to add text to the text box. Notice how we have 4 heading options and 3 paragraph options. This will give you a lot of flexibility with your text. I'll also add a button and a spacer to balance the height of the image and the text. To make a spacer taller, simply mouse over the bottom of the spacer till you see this icon and drag it down. To edit a specific element, hover over it and click the pen icon. This will give you a variety of options depending on the element. Now that we understand how to add content, let's look at the section options. You can find them on the right. If you click on the pen, you can edit the section height, content, width, and alignment. Under background, you can upload a background image or a video for the section. Colors controls the section themes as I mentioned earlier. Remember when you set your color palette and updated your section theme colors? Well, this is where you can pick from any one of our preset color themes from the design menu. So let's say you have a section style you like, but on one specific section on your site, you want the heading a different color. Create a color theme with the same colors throughout, with the exception of one heading you'd like to make another color. Make sense? Okay, let's look at the other section options. You can move the section up and down using these arrows, and you can delete the sections by clicking the trash icon. To edit the footer, click the Edit Footer button. Here, you'll use the same drag and drop style to create your footer. Once you're done making the changes to a specific page, make sure to save the content. If you jump from one page to another in edit mode, your changes on the last page will not be saved. So this is super important. Adding content to your blog and portfolio is a very similar process. The portfolio pages have less options, however, they function in a similar way as the blog. To add a blog post, navigate to Pages and then click on your blog. To add a blog post, click the plus icon. Now add the post title and content. You can also add images or other elements using the drag and drop builder. This isn't the most intuitive thing, but to further edit your blog post settings, click here. This will give you more options, such as setting tags and categories, allowing comments, etc. Under Options, you can upload the blog thumbnail image and adjust the post's URL. You can also add a post excerpt. There are other great options here like post SEO, social sharing, locations, etc. Once you are done, click Apply. Navigate to Done and either save, publish, or schedule your post. Thanks for watching. I hope I've answered your questions about Squarespace 7.1. If you're interested to purchase this template, you can find it at thestyledsquare.com.